Hello everyone, this is Spartan Assassins here, and I'm actually back for another faction preview. So previously I've been spending quite a lot of time doing the faction previews again, basically doing this for the Chinese YouTube called Bilibili, and because I have to do a lot of what we call translation, like I basically need to start over and speak all in Chinese, so that as well as change the entire text into Chinese, which is why it took quite some time for me to come back for another faction preview. Now in today's faction preview, we will be looking at other factions such as Liu Biao, and most likely we'll be returning for another faction re-preview for the old factions such as Cao Cao or even Cao Ren, because most of the Cao clan members as well as his vassals, which are previously, in a way, introduced during the game, where from 0.1 patch 0.1 to patch 0.6 they were all vassals of Cao Cao. Now they are in a way part of the empire under Cao Cao, so we'll be looking back at them, but for now we'll be focusing on Liu Biao first. Now for Liu Biao, there are some stuff that I will be talking much. One is the governance, as well as the infantry of Jing, the imperial defenders, lodging, court scholars, as well as his loyalty to the Han. These are the stuff that we will be talking about, his mechanics and stuff, because if we were to play from the base game, we should have known what Liu Biao's playstyle actually is. So rather than wasting our time looking at this, we might as well just go into the game, check what our start pose is, and who are our vassals, what we should do, and who are our notable characters then. So let us get into the game then. Alright, so now that we are in the game, alright, let us start off with our starting position then. Now in 207, you start off with quite some commanderies. You do own Hui Pass, as well as the entire commandery of Xiangyang, but you have also Badong, Changsha, and Nan, which is kinda quite big for you actually. Plus, you are having the governance mechanic, which means that you are limited to how many domains that you can actually get, right? So because there isn't, you are not over over the domain extent, so basically you get buffs such as the 15 satisfaction faction-wide tributaries, 15% and plus 3% replenishment and stuff. So it is actually quite good for you to own as many vassals as you can. Alright, now let us look at the current situation then. I think forgot about the fan, but alright, so let us start off with our characters. First up, we know that we have our faction leader, which is Liu Biao, and we have our old guy here, Huang Zhong, and our someone who is going to betray us somehow, Cai Mao, our son Liu Chong. So Liu Qi, as I stated before in the Huang Zu faction preview, he is in Huang Zu's faction. And you also have Cai Mao's brother or something, or maybe son or something, I'm not sure again, Cai He, as well as Cai Xun and Cai Zong. The Cai clan are here. And you have Kuai Liang and Kuai Yue of the Kuai clan. You have your wife Lady Cai, and you have Li Yan. I believe Liu Min is your daughter, and of course you have Pan Jun, So you have 13 characters as a total, which is kinda in a way balanced compared to like Cao Cao, which is now at 40 plus. Sun Quan is around 30 plus. So that is quite a lot of characters for them, which is why your salary is actually kind of cheap, because majority of them is your family members. So our starting position, if you can see, previously I would say before patch 0.4, you own most of the Jing province, which is basically including the lands which Jing Xuan and Liu Du holds. So previously you just have Liu Biao, and then you have your Huang Zu as your vassal. But now that is no more. In 0.5, I believe, and we added Jing Xuan, or maybe 0.4, as well as 0.6 is Liu Du, which is another one more vessel which I actually suggested for Ironic to add. And yeah, so you start off with 3 vessels, which is quite nice, and also one ally, which is Liu Bei. Now there is this issue where Liu Bei, Liu Biao, and Liu Zhang, the 3 of them will always be like, let us form a coalition. Basically, it's like the 3 Lius forming one big coalition, securing the western front. So you will have this scenario where Liu Bei will be holding off against Cao Cao, Liu Zhang will be fending off against the Nanman and sometimes Zhang Wu and Ma Chao, while Liu yourself, you'll be fending off against Sun Quan and his gang, while at the same time preparing for a proper defense against Shi Xie and his vassals. So this is kind of the situation. But if you are actually in a good relation with Sun Quan, including Liu Bei and Liu Zhang, you might be able to form basically the Southern Coalition, which consists of Liu Zhang, Liu Biao, Liu Bei, and Sun Quan. So Sun Quan will bring in Zhou Yuan and Sun Pen, you yourself will bring in Huang Zu, Jing Xuan, and Liu Du, while Liu Zhang and Liu Bei brings no one. So basically you form quite a big coalition down here, which could potentially be a threat to Cao Cao, but nonetheless should be enough to, in a way, block Cao Cao's southern expansion. Like that's the thing, that's the meaning. So I believe that is all for Liu Biao regarding his situation. Now tactic wise, one of the tactics is to form a mega coalition with Liu Zhang and Sun Quan, but there is a second option, which is Huang Zu started off at war with Zhou Yu and Sun Quan. So you could like decide in a way, because Zhou Yu is actually small and he has the commandery of Poyang as well as the port city of Chibi, which is part of your Changsha commandery. So you have a stack here, which is led by Liu Chong, your son Liu Chong, as well as Cai Mao. So make sure you somehow get a decent stack, and I would suggest you to just like invade Changsha, Chibi, destroy what we call Zhou Yu, and at the same time destroy Sun Pen, so that you can actually have the what should I say, the expansion route. Yeah, expansion route, because Jing Xuan, Liu Du, they are blocking your expansion route south, but you are bordering Zhou Yu and Sun Pen, who Sun Quan and Zhou Yu is already at war with Huang Zu. Rather than letting Huang Zu getting killed by these 2 factions, why not you just be a good master, and then like, I'm your vessel master, I'm your owner, I'm the good guy, I'm coming here to save your ass. So declare the war, push east, get the entire eastern territories for yourself, and if you are lucky enough, just form some vassals because you don't want your governance to go like, you know, overextended, because overextended gives some debuffs, while what we call, if your domain extent remains somewhat sustainable, which is if let's say we were to be in the extreme governance, we get 24 domain extent and we actually get around 24 counties, so that is enough for the balance. So this is what Liu Biao is supposed to do. You just need to play the vassal game. Like for example, if let's say I were to defeat Zou Yu, I took the entire Poyang commentary for myself. I take the entire Changsha commentary for myself, but I might want to decide whether or not I want to keep Yu Zhang for myself. But Yu Zhang is a full commentary, so I might as well just suggest that you keep the full commentary for yourself. Poyang as a industry commentary for yourself. As for Lu Jiang, this area, if let's say you were to be at war with Cao Cao and his empire, you took away Hefei, might as well liberate it, form a vassal here, so that at least you know that whatever that is above the Yangtze River, the Changjiang, is defensible. Basically, you have a vassal in Lujiang, you have a vassal in Huainan, you have a vassal in Guangming. This way you can make sure that you have a proper buff. Someone who is bordering you are your vassals. They can help you in a way buff you up. And I actually noticed one thing, that basically like factions like Cao Ren and all this, they are at war with so many dudes. You can somehow like request cooperation and they are somehow, I think so, after a few turns they are actually willing to get vassalized by you. So take this opportunity to try and vassalize them. Although there might be some changes in the future, especially post 0.7, 2 or 3, because by that time I did suggest that if possible make every empire members not able to get vassalized by people like Liu Biao, like remove the option to cooperate and stuff. So this is one of the eastern expansion that you can do. Another expansion is the western expansion, which is into the Hanzhong territory. But as you all know, it is just Zhang Lu, one person. So once you defeat Zhang Lu, you are basically at the borders with Ma Chao. So you have to decide which way you want to go. Either you want to go east or you want to go west. It is up to you. So I believe that is all that I can talk about for Liu Biao. The strategy of expansion is up to you. All I need to do for the preview is just tell you who are the characters you own, what are your territories, and what are some suggested what we call conquest area which you can do. Yeah, so I think that's all for today, and hopefully I'll be able to see you in the next faction preview. And I'm still thinking of who to do actually, because maybe I should do a faction re-preview for most of the factions which are in the Cao Cao's empire, especially factions like Cao Ren, who somehow in 0.7 he gets quite a lot of land, as well as Zhang Lu. For Zhang Lu, I am thinking of doing 2 episodes, because Zhang Lu himself has around 30 plus uniquely designed units for him. So maybe I'll do 1 episode which is Zhang Lu's faction preview, and the other one is Zhang Lu's unique preview. So yeah, I think that's all for today, and I very much like what I'm doing right now, which is coming back for the English version of faction preview. So hopefully I'll be able to see you in the next one then. And as usual, we'll see you in the next one. Yeah, bye.